Hi, I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Today I'm going to show you my recipe for foolproof crispy garlic smashed potatoes. This is a really delicious but easy way to cook your potatoes. It's going to guarantee that you get a nice creamy center with crispy exteriors. Stick around, you don't want to miss it. So to make these smashed potatoes, you have a few options, but this is really my favorite using Petite gold potatoes. You can see these are, they're bigger than a quarter, but smaller than a golf ball size. That's really what you're looking for. Now you can also use red potatoes of this same size, or you can even use a medley of different colors. But I do recommend using smaller size potatoes. And what you want to do, you want to take your potatoes, put them in a large pot, fill it with cold water, not warm, but cold water. You want to make sure you have at least an inch clearance above the top of the potatoes. And I'm going to turn that on to about medium-high heat. Now we're going to bring this up to a simmer. It's just really important to bring the temperature up gradually. So once this reaches a simmer, we're going to cook them for about 20 minutes, plus or minus. But we'll check back in a few once the water is up to a rolling simmer. Okay, and that's what you're looking for, a rapid simmer. So at this point, I'm going to salt the water. I'm going to use a pretty good amount of sea salt in there. I'm going to turn the heat down to medium, which should maintain that simmer once this comes back up to temperature. And we're going to let these go for about 20 minutes, but we're going to check them. You know that they're done when you can stick a toothpick in and it goes in easily and is removed just as easily when you pull it out. Okay, so we're nearly 20 minutes in. This is a good time to check the potatoes. And what you want to do, you just want to stick a toothpick in, and if it goes in real easy and slides out right like that, it's perfectly done. That's going to give us a nice creamy interior. And once we go to fry these up in the pan, we're going to get a nice crispy, crunchy exterior. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to just drain these and let them steam out for a couple of minutes and cool down a bit. And that's all you want to do. You just want to pour them into a colander and then let it sit out. And this is actually a perfect time to start prepping the rest of the dish. So we're making garlic smashed potatoes. And it's really easy when you cook potatoes to burn the garlic. I'm going to show you a way to get great garlic flavor without any of those burnt bits. What we're going to do, we're going to infuse some olive oil before we add the potatoes to it. And what you want to do, you want to take a lot of garlic. I think I have 6 cloves here that I've sliced up thin. I put it in cold olive oil. You want to use a pretty good amount of the olive oil. And I'm going to turn this on to medium heat. You just want to kind of swirl that around to make sure everything's coated. And we're going to slowly bring this up to a simmer, but we want to watch it. We want to be sure not to brown the garlic. So as soon as this starts to really sizzle, we're going to turn the heat down. Check back in a few minutes. And that's what you're looking for, just that kind of sizzling right there. You want to stir it around, and at this point I'm going to turn it down to low, and we're going to cook this for about another 3 or 4 minutes. We're going to take it right up to the point where it's about to brown. Right when it looks like some of those edges are starting to brown up a bit, that's when we're going to want to turn off the heat. There's nothing worse than burnt garlic, and the way we're doing this, we're going to infuse all that garlic flavor into the oil, and then we're going to strain out this garlic so we don't burn it. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. You can see it is just getting ready to start browning. We want to cut the heat right now, turn the heat off. And all I did off camera was to strain that garlic out. We can discard the garlic, and now we have some wonderfully infused olive oil. So while we've been working on that, our potatoes have had time to cool down. So what we want to do now is we want to smash them. You can do this a number of different ways. You can use your hands, you can use the bottom of a bowl, really any flat surface. I like to use a potato masher just because I like to get a little bit more irregularity of the surface there. The more you mash these down and create those bumps and divots, that's really going to crisp up nicely and give these some amazing golden brown flavor. So you just want to kind of mash them up until they're about even thickness. And now we have our same skillet that we cooked the garlic oil in. I'm going to turn this back on to about medium. I'm going to go back in with that delicious oil we've created. And we're just going to bring this up to temperature, and we'll be ready to fry these potatoes. And you can see we've got quite a bit of oil in here. That's what you're looking for, because a lot of this is going to absorb into the potatoes. So once that's come up to temperature, we can set them in there carefully. And that's what you're looking for, just a gentle sizzle. And we're just going to sear them until they're golden brown on the first side, and then we'll give them a flip. And that's what you're looking for, just a nice, gentle but steady simmer. So we're going to let them go. It usually takes about 5 minutes per side. Okay, so about 5 minutes in, we can test them and see how they look. And that's what you're looking for, right? When they look about like that is when you want to flip them, when they have some nice brown color. And some of these pieces that may look not the prettiest, they look a little rough, those are actually going to be the most delicious pieces. All that surface area is going to crisp up really, really nicely. So you just want to carefully flip these over, and we're going to let the other side go about another 5 minutes too. And now that these are really frying away, you can really smell that garlic. So even though we're not going to actually have any real garlic to bite into, it's going to infuse all throughout these potatoes. They just need a few more minutes. We're almost ready to serve these up. Okay, and I think these are ready, so I'm going to turn off the heat. And the beauty of these, you can really top them any way you like. You can season them with anything you like on your potato, but I'm going to go pretty simple today. I'm going to go in with some cracked black pepper, a little bit of sea salt, and some chopped Italian parsley just sprinkled over the top. You could add other things. You could add bacon bits, sour cream, really anything you like. I'm just going to sprinkle that on. These are ready to be served up. Okay, so here's the dish. Crispy garlic smashed potatoes, dressed with just a little bit of fresh parsley. Again, you can use really whatever you like to top these up. So let's dig in and give them a try. So the way they cook them, they are nice and creamy in the middle. The baby gold potatoes are really the perfect choice to get that creamy interior, but they're nice and crispy. That skin crisped up, and the way we smashed them up, all those rough edges really crisped up, got some nice browning. So I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. Really, really easy to put together, but this is delicious. You could have it for breakfast like a hash brown, a side dish for a fancy steak dinner, really you name it. So I'm Eric from Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.